Hello and welcome back to CS38 Racing. Argentina brought some slippery spills and thrills in a action-packed race, so make sure you like, subscribe and share so that you don't miss a single thing on this incredible episode. Let's jump straight into it. Righto, we're down in qualifying. We've made it through qualifying 1, we've made it for qualifying 2, and our fastest run of qualifying was a 1:45.988. That was enough to put us straight to the top of qualifying, and we got our first pole of our Moto3 career. So let's jump down to the grid. It is a soggy Argentina here, so this is going to be a little bit interesting. It's going to give us something different to play with, something that we haven't really dealt with so far in GP25 career mode. Hopefully we have enough feeling, considering this was recorded off the line. This is being recorded pre-update, so we don't have the same level of vibration as post-update. We're all gingerly through the first corner. We've got Vitelli on the... we've got the two MTA Angelus... Oh, not MTA, Angelus bikes. I don't think they're called Angelus anymore. We're getting a little bit beaten up here. We're trying to cut ourselves back onto the inside line, rubbing some paint there with... I believe that would have been Piqueras, not Piqueras. His teammate must have been Yamanaka. So that gives us something to contend with here. So we're in the slipstream of Vitelli, who in turn is in the slipstream of Rueda, and we're out-braking Vitelli into the very trepidatious turn 5. Okay, we make it through there, but the bike is very slippery and slidey, so we do have to consider that as we almost run into the back of Rueda there. We do have a long lap penalty because I forgot to put the pin limiter on and didn't get it to work properly. So we're going to go through the long lap penalty now as we go through here. Oh, it looks like, whoa, what the heck was that? There was a bit of a glitch going on there with some of the bikes. Looked like they shot out of the runoff area there into hyperspace, but we're going to try and collect ourselves. We're in 18th place. We're behind our teammate of Carraro, and we're looking to get ourselves back into the points because we haven't had a strong start to this Moto3 career mode here, so we are wanting to put ourselves into a better position. We're going up the inside of one rider. Nope, scratch that. We are going for 2 riders into turn 13. If we don't manage to make that stick, we're going to look to get into the coattails of the slipstream of Luca Lanetta, but we managed to get onto Pini's back tyre there. He has a bit of a wobble into turn 1, and we're looking to get past our fellow Honda rider here on the SIC 58 Squadra Corsa bike. We're looking to cut a bit of a closer inside line, undercut a lot of the field, be careful on that white paint. And we do manage to get through on Pini. We are now also making a move up into the points position into 14th. We're still looking neck and neck with the Hondas. Now we've got some slipstream on the 2 KTMs down the back straights. That changes a lot of things there. Top 10 is looking to be within our grasp. We are 5 points up on Carraro, which is good. Our tyres are going okay, and we're in power mode 2 because in power mode 3 just feels like the wheels spin up way too much. Power mode 1 feels a little bit too conservative as we do have to hustle. We've got to hustle here to get back to the top. Very cautious on the brakes into turn 7. Taking a different line. Oh, there's a lot of wheel spin. They're just spinning the rear, which is a little bit annoying because we can't seem to get the grip down to give us a little bit more acceleration out of the corner. Okay, so we are getting closer to Furusato and the New Zealand rider of Cormac Buchanan. Oh, we're going to have to dive to the outside there because Furusato was lining up a move on the inside. Buchanan is all over the place, wobbling around in these wet conditions here in Argentina. Goes to the inside, he's having another wobble. We also have a wobble. Do we get enough drive with a 156.63 3.7 if I can read. And we're through to the top 10 now, through on our buddy from across the Tasman. Oh, we're a little bit deep there. I was cautious of maybe Buchanan making a move back on the inside, which he's looking to do there. Oh, he's still very much looking for a move. Now we're looking to get into the slipstream of Furasato. We're able to rocket past the other Honda there, which gives us a nice little advantage. Putting ourselves into 9th. We can see Yamanaka. We've had an early skirmish with Yamanaka on the first lap. And it seems like this big gaggle of riders is all still connected to that front battle. Very Moto3 to have a big gaggle of riders looking at the podium. So if we play our cards right, there could be a few riders that make a few too many mistakes, and we could be right in the mix to put ourselves back into to podium contention, as we are gaining on Yamanaka here. From what we can see, it's Bucaras and Rueda that are the two ahead of this gaggle of riders. Someone's way off onto the blue there. That's got to be a track limit, so that must have been Kelso, a fellow Australian rider. We are gaining a lot of time. I was not expecting to gain this much amount of time. We're on the inside of Yamanaka now, looking to defend. It's a bit of a long pass. It was a long con move there. We managed to seal the deal and pass Rueda. Rueda is at the front. We wish we could pass Rueda at this point, but we've got our friend in Yamanaka coming back on the inside there. A little bit of a surprise. I had to sit up and check up out of that one, otherwise we were going to be going down. And we're stuck a little bit on that outside line, which is not my preferable line. I like to cut across to the inside to gain as much speed as possible through turn 3, and we're on the inside of Yamanaka now. Can we make this last down the back straight? No, Yamanaka is just edging ahead, only marginally. Let's put ourselves back into his slipstream, see if we can get anything down the back end of the straight here. We managed to. Kelso is also here as well. Really rubbing fairings there with Yamanaka. We did have to be careful. We didn't want to lose any ground there. And there's not really that much left of this race. We're currently sitting in 8th. We can see those leading riders, but is it a little bit of a step too far at this stage? Whoa, looks like Scott Ogden has absolutely rode into the side of Joel Kelso. We're having a massive wheel spin here. We can't get the power down. Kelso and Ogden are having a pretty good battle. Ogden sits up to try and get a little bit of an undercut. We're going to capitalize there and put our front wheel in and put ourselves in for that position. We're a lot stronger at this particular point as we slip and slide around than the AI. Are we going to look for a move on our fellow Aussie? Oh, we're thinking about it. We're right on his rear tire. Look, we've done a little bit of a bodgy move there. Scott Ogden's going to get back through. We're just going to get over the curbs and cross over the line in 6th place. Now we've got to look to see if we have anything for this top 5. And we've all run a bit deep there. That's not the line we were wanting to take. Scott Ogden is just there as well, ready to make any moves that would benefit him. We've gone a little bit wide. Scott Ogden has nudged back through. We're going to edge ourselves back through into turn 3. Look, we're in the green there. I was expecting a track limits warning. We might have to bump the strictness up of the track limits. We've got good run here on Munoz, past Munoz, down the straight, braking heavily now into the very wet turn 5. But is back straight back through. Look, this gaggle of riders here is all over the place. This is really good racing, keeping it very close until the end. Munoz, very typical of Munoz. He is not wanting to give up this position in the slightest. Oh, I could see that the front was twitching from Munoz there. We're very lucky. Everyone's got through unscathed. We're having massive wheel spin on the rears. We're starting to lose a bit more grip on these wets. Munoz is a touch wide. We're going to have to run him wide. We're just on the paintwork there. In fact, I think we were over track limits. But with the last lap, the last sector, we have to make a push. This could be our first step on the podium with the Honda. We're not the top Honda here. That is Fernandez, who is dueling it out in the last corner with Rueda. We've come in way too hot, and we've lost it all in this last corner. Unfortunately, that is going to let Piqueras through, and we lose the podium just on the end there. Okay, so that was a pretty cracking race for our second round in the championship. We end in 4th, so solid points there. That puts us up 9 spots to 7th in the Riders' Championship. Rueda leading, Fernandez in 2nd on 45 points as well, so close at the top of the championship. Teams Championships, we are sitting in 8th position, so we've still got quite a bit of room to improve there. Well, if you've enjoyed this one, guys, make sure to give it a big thumbs up, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, share the love here at the channel. Stay safe, have fun, we'll see you on the next one.